right, boom. Listen, it's the same day. Just finished laundry, so I got on new clothes. All right. But hey, I wanted to come back and do another video. I'll probably release this video tomorrow instead of today. But I wanted to come back and do another video because I got another topic that's really been on my heart and mind that I think that is about to happen in the United States of America. And it's going to be really interesting to see. But what I want to talk about in this video is that I'm predicting that there's about to be a huge power vacuum in the United States of America. Because if you are paying attention to what Donald Trump is doing, Donald Trump is destroying the Republican Party. There's no conservative values. Conservative values are a myth at this point. There's no conservative values, right? Like, how many broken homes have him and Elon Musk created? I think Elon Musk has just as many, if not more, baby mamas than Nick Cannon. Look it up. He just made a single mom out of this Ashley St. Clair chick. This Ashley St. Clair chick who used to go on, Fox News and talk about how, people, on the left, they just single mom culture, and now this bitch is a single mom, right? So it's like the values of the conservative party are gone. There's no values. It's just all hypocrisy. It's just power. It's just power and white supremacy. But I don't think most of the American population is going to see the white supremacist side. But because Donald Trump is decimating the Republican Party and he's replacing it with himself, he's destroyed the Republican Party and he's replaced it with himself. In some sense, guys, I think Donald Trump is going to get rid of the two-party system in the United States of America. Donald Trump is getting rid of the two-party system because what the American population is finding out, that the Democrats are bullshit too. The Democrats are bullshit too. Most Americans who disagree with Trump, we don't disagree with Trump because we disagree with his politics. His politics really aren't the issue. The issue is his character. It's very fucking simple, y'all. If you put someone who's been convicted of crimes in charge, who's been convicted of breaking laws, in charge of enforcing the laws, he's not gonna do the shit, bro. He's gonna destroy the very branch that has been coming after him for 40 years. Why? That doesn't even make sense in the that doesn't make sense. Why is that person even allowed to become president? Right? And so what we're seeing is that the Democrats have no spine. And so Democrats are losing their base. They don't realize it. They just think, 4 more years of Trump. No. I don't think, tradition is powerful. Don't get me wrong. Tradition is powerful. So I think that prediction of Trump destroying the two-party system, I think that's a very bold prediction and probably least likely to happen. But there is about to be a huge power vacuum. Because the thing about cults is, cults don't really have an ideology. The ideology of the cult is the cult leader. And so MAGA is Donald Trump. MAGA isn't Ronald Reagan. MAGA isn't J.D. Vance. MAGA isn't Mike Pence, obviously. MAGA is not loyal to anything but Donald Trump. So what happens when Donald Trump dies? What happens when Donald Trump, is no longer here in power? Because he's going to try to stay in power for a long time. That's why these Republicans are doing bills like, let's seek a third term for Donald Trump. Like, they're all just sucking dick because the Republican Party is Donald Trump. So what's going to happen is, over the next few years, there's going to be a huge power vacuum because he's been destroying the Republican Party for a decade. Nobody can get to the top of the Republican Party without sucking Donald Trump's dick. And I don't mean that literally, guys, figuratively. I don't know that people are dick, but they probably are. Who knows? That's speculation. Yeah, that's how you get ahead in the Republican Party now. It's by sucking Donald Trump's dick. It's by kissing Donald Trump's ass. And so it's, maybe I should say kiss ass instead of suck dick. Everyone's kissing Donald Trump's ass. Like, that's how you get ahead in the Republican Party. So what happens when he's not there? It creates this huge vacuum in the Republican Party. But what it also is going to create is a lot of disfaction with the Democratic Party. And I think if you get the right charismatic third party candidate, he's going to take over. Like, he or she can take it to the moon. I think anybody who steps forward as a Republican or a Democrat going forward, like in this climate, in our political climate, I think is going to be hard. I think unless they're like got some type of reputation to the Democratic, legacy. Like if AOC went hardcore, I think if she was like a power hungry woman, she could take this country by storm. Because I think that she has the tenacity to, but I don't think that's who she is. Jasmine, I can't think of her name right now, but the black Democrat, Jasmine, is it Crockett Watson? I'm not sure. She's trying to seize the opportunity. At least these are my opinions. I think she's trying to seize the opportunity. But I think where the Democrats have failed, I think the Democrats lost a lot of their base. Like, maybe not externally, but I think internally. I think the Democrats lost a lot of their base when they peacefully transferred power to Donald Trump. Because I think there's a bigger section of the Democratic base than the Democrats want to acknowledge right now that genuinely believe that Donald Trump stole the election. Like, the election was actually rigged. I think there's a larger percentage than I think the Democrats are ready to realize right now. And bigger than that, I think there's bigger than the percentage of people who believe that the election was stolen. I think there's a larger percentage of people who genuinely believe that Donald Trump is a fascist, white supremacist dictator. And in the United States of America, we should deal with those type of people in a very harsh way. And no Democrat has the guts to do that. And so I think that both the Republican Party and the Democratic Party are forsaking deeply held American traditions and values. And so it literally all it's going to take is some charismatic leader to come up and like actually stand for American values. And actually, you don't even have to actually stand for American values. If you want total power, that's what you do. If you want total power, you come forward and you actually stand 10 toes down on American power, or on American principles. That's how all my fights are in the justice system. Right now, I got the court case for my daughter, which I don't know that it'll be overturned or reversed. I think if our courts were actually based upon principle, and I think it would be easily reversed, and we would continue with the case. But I think that, or even with this, I got this restraining order case, and it's the same thing there, where I'm just standing on principles. Like, hey man, this is the principle of things, right? So there's like all these different things, but I think that if someone were to step up and just like really assert real American principles and values, they would eat up both the Republican and the Democratic Party base. Easy. Because Donald Trump is just not who he says he is. He's not going to deliver on this shit. Donald Trump is in this for himself. And the only people who can ride along with that are literally like cult members. And Donald Trump is going to alienate a lot of people. He's going to alienate a lot of people during this last presidency. Because it is a cult. It is a cult. And the people who are part of the cult, they got no problem with him being a fascist, dictator, white supremacist. They got no problem with an illegal immigrant having access to all the like money, right? They have no issue with Elon Musk having access to all that, right? Because they know that this shit ain't about principles. They know this shit ain't about values. They know this shit ain't about shit. Like, liberals think they're doing something when they get online and see, look, this guy is from Project 25. Like, liberals think that they're doing something, bro. Like, the base, the base of Trump's base, they're not hypocrites. People keep calling them hypocrites. They're not hypocrites. They never plan to fuck with y'all like that. Like, ever. Like, at no point. They always plan to deceive you. They always plan to lie. They always plan to manipulate. Like, that was their plan from the beginning. Their plan was to say what they needed to say because they knew you didn't have the spines to go all the way, on at least on the left. They knew that they can demonize you and villainize you, and you wouldn't do shit there but try to, like, fight against their accusations, and which puts you on the defense. But in the game of power, there's only offense. That's what people don't get. In the game of power, there's only offense. You can have defense, but you don't want to be on defense. In the game of power, if you're on defense, you're losing. You need to get on offense as soon as possible in the game for power. So I think that because of how Donald Trump is destroying the Republican values, and I think because the Democrats are just going to lose, I think they already lost. I think there's a lot of silent non-Democrats now. I think there's a lot. I think the Democrats let way more people down by conceding an election that felt like the whole thing felt like, from them slashing voter registrations to them basically the Republicans making the rules in certain, like in Georgia, like they made the like people who supported Donald Trump made the rules for voting this past election. People who had already been found guilty of trying to rig the last election were still allowed to count ballots, right? The way that Elon Musk knew the results of the election 4 hours before the election, like the way that, you know, he was paying $1 million to people in swing states to sign a petition, or the way that he was able to give Donald Trump $250 million. It's just like, fam, like, I feel like there's a huge part of America that just goes, that's just not right. Like, okay, he won, but that's not right. I think there's a lot more people like that than the Democrats are acknowledging, and I think the Democrats really let those people down. So they've lost trust in those people. Those people have lost trust in the Democrats, like, forever. And Donald Trump is just gonna alienate his own base by just being about himself, because there are some people on the outskirts of MAGA who, you know, believe the bullshit that he's selling. So I think America's about to hit a huge power vacuum, and I think it's going to be a huge opportunity for somebody who wants to amass power to get. So here's my thoughts. Love you guys. See you later. Bye.